Now, you have learned how to make a promise. You have realized that making a promise can help you start filtering prospects better by filtering out those who doubt your promise and sticking with those who believe your promise. You can now use your promise as the first tool for creating your mental filter. The next step is to actually use this filter to identify better opportunities and focus on the bigger opportunities, leaving out time wasters. Perfecting the 80-20 filtration system using the RFM model. Create your mental filter and test it now. The RFM model will be applied to the technique you employ for using your newly created mental filter by combining each promise you make with the RFM mesh for measuring opportunities categorized in 3 sizes of large, medium, and small based on the RFM filtration process. You want your new filter to help you determine where to concentrate more attention and deploy more resources, talent, energy, time, and money to make huge sales, raise larger funds, and retain the best and top performer in your workplace. So, getting started right away, write down 3 different promises using a single key phrase that has your keyword in it to describe what any new client, customer, partner, or investor and sponsor, vendor, or employee could benefit by making a required commitment to your business over a certain period of time, quantifying the exact amount of commitment you want from each. This statement of promise should be as short as 12 words, representing your key search phrase and keywords for advertising your business, your products, your services to your audience. This is practical, not theory. Your promise should be exactly something you are willing to be committed to providing to your target audience as the direct benefit of the amount of commitment they make to your business growth over a realistic time frame. You are going to test each promise, so tweak them to include specific keywords and unique search phrases you will want to track. Start with only 3 promises that are unique and that you are willing to spend an estimated budget to advertise to your target audience over a measurable period of time in order to track the audience engagement and response to each promise. Using the RFM model to filter, first, your top and best promise that receives the highest user response, particularly knowing which keyword was responsible for that high user engagement, plus which kind of response you get, so you know which promise has the biggest potential and how much budget to set after the first test period to use it to make more sales and money without doing more work. This is smart marketing, and this is the secret to growing your business and solve your sales puzzles the fastest way. How to apply the RFM model to your newly created mental filter in order to perfect the 80-20 filtration system. Divide each promise you create as your mental filter into a cubic mesh, or imagine that you are given a challenge to invent a new filtration system that has cubic diameter, where each side of the cube is a complete filter able to handle 3 layers of filtering meshes sized from large through medium to small, such that the larger layer holds only very large pebbles, while the medium layer holds only the large pebbles, and the small layer holds only the medium pebble, so that the final result will be that all small pebbles will fall through the small layer into the innermost part of the cube, then to be discarded after sorting out the filtered pebbles according to their sizes, held by the 3 layers of the filter. This filter is such that all sides of the cube does the exact same thing with mathematical precision, because all sides of the cube are mathematically exact and identical in sizes of the meshes on each layer of each side of the cubic filtration system. This picture is the exact image of your mental filter. It depicts how each promise you make will help you filter out the unwanted opportunities, so that what you take into consideration as more significant are the bigger opportunities based on how they are valued when scaled through the 3 layers of the RFM model you apply to your mental filter as its meshes of different sizes duplicated on all promises equally. What you measure are the sizes on the layer. The first size, known as recency, that's for layer 1. The second size is frequency, that's layer 2. And the third size is money, and that is layer 3. So your questions are: which promise generated the most response recently? Which promise generated responses more frequently? And which promise generated more money over the given period of time? Then use only this promise to get your 90% results. This exercise done brings you to the final stage of putting all together to learn the 3 rules for gaining more by doing less. Remember, the rule number 1 says follow someone to model their success blueprint, and you had to model Joshua Boswell, who found other ways to multiply himself, discovering that when selling from the stage, he could make as much in a 90-minute presentation as he could in 3 to 4 months of consulting or writing copy. And he had his own time of failure, but he identified his weakness and leveraged his strength. That was the beginning of his rise to fame and stardom. You can do the same. Follow the same system of your model as his success blueprint. Follow each step taken and you'll get the same result. The second rule says follow your heart to leverage your alchemist strength to create, invent, and imagine more. So now you have had your second rule applied by creating your promise. That takes you finally to the third rule, which says follow the 80-20 rule to find and focus on the 1% of your work that produces 90% of your results. You had to use your RFM model to apply to your mental filter of promises. And now you could test which promise generated the most recent result, the most frequent result, and more money. The more you do this for everything you have to sell, the more you generate sales and make more money. So on my part, I have fulfilled my promise of giving you access to to my 80-20 filtration system. Combine these 3 rules and you will achieve amazing results. Now, be my ambassador. There are many businesses out there that are suffering due to inexperience in sales and marketing and are about to fold up. So invite them to join my ambassadors to invite others to access the roundtable membership at the cost of $3,249 for every 3 months. If paid in full at once, the member automatically waives the 10% handling fee when accessing the lowest spec of the Insiders Only Per Fund program benefits, whose lowest account funding begins from $30,000 for every 6 months. And when paid in parts, you can select up to 6 units of your pack. That is where each pack is valued at $5,000. So 6 units makes the lowest level for funding per fund account. Beneficiaries who fund their per fund account get 5% rebate either in cash or auto staked in FAC homes for 0.05% equity stake in one FAC home project known as a quarter to vest in 5 years, where 1% equity stake in FAC home is worth $300,000, but this is not accessible to the public. So only members of my roundtable can gain access to FAC homes through the unclaimed 5% rebate from Per Fund program. And that is why the extra benefit of accessing Per Fund program would enrich also any business that takes advantage of my membership. Members of Roundtable get one-on-one meeting with me in every 30 days during the 90 days of their Roundtable membership. Roundtable membership can either be paid in 3 monthly installments or one-off. When paid one-off, you get the automatic fee waiver when opening your Per Fund program account. To manage appointments with Roundtable members, 30 days after membership, I will book a one-on-one Zoom meeting session with all Roundtable members. Up to 20 executives will be attending each meeting. So now that you have taken your 80-20 filtration system, it is time to prepare for our one-on-one meeting on Zoom. So I'll be sending you your invite link when you join the platform for us to communicate more often, especially on how to implement the 80-20 filtration system in your business. My one-on-one meeting session with you will help you sort out any issues of challenges you are having right now regarding your sales and fundraising. And we will have 3 sessions on the whole in 90 days. Each session will be coming up every 30 days until your membership expires. So thank you for taking this program seriously, for accessing the 80-20 filtration system, and it is now time to apply it in your business. Thank you as we wait to see one-on-one